All right, as we get going out of here, I'll just run on a couple highlights of Tuckerton Borough, the town of Tuckerton. When we first started really getting into understanding the history of Tuckerton, there wasn't Wawa's, there wasn't 7-Eleven. They were hotels, Carlton House Hotel, Lakeside Hotel, but a lot of the stores were mostly drug stores, along with clothing stores. So the town was real heavy in population, and we had two what I call fish factories today, but back then they were, process plants. One in Little Lake Bay and one in Great Bay, which brought a lot of people here to work, and it was a thriving industry here. And one of the things that really took off here was the waterfowl shooting. A lot of people came to Tuckerton to stay and spend the time here and pay guides to go duck hunting. So out on the waterway, you had lots of hunting clubs. But I'll start right in here. Harry Shor's picture here, carving decoys. This is turn of the century, okay? I have a Harry V. Shor's black duck there on the table. My wife can show it. I'll talk a little bit about that. You can pass them around handed. Harry Shor's made decoys out of cedar. Cedar was a prominent tree that grew on the fresh water. Cut it in the fall, and the reason they cut it in the fall too was because the sap in the summertime went to the top of the tree, and if you didn't let the sap come to the bottom of the tree in the fall, when you cut it and you painted on it, the sap would bleed out if you used a summertime tree. But Harry Shor's carved the decoys, hollowed them out. They're two-piece, hollow, so they would float on top of the water. And basically making a replica of that decoy as a black duck. And of course he made a variety of different ducks. In the photograph here I can see mergansers, redhead. Here's a rig of black ducks like that. And as it goes around, you can look at it. He's got a poured weight in the bottom that would help it float in the water, stay stable, stay up. When you threw it in the water, it flipped right up. The tether on the front is what they call it. They tied the line to it with a weight. Real simple. Flipped them in the water and the weight held them from moving.
What does that stand for?
That's a William Gaskell. He was a duck hunter. A lot of guys branded the bottom. So in a northeast storm when they lost their decoys, people back in the day, if they saw the brand, saw the name, they would return the decoy to the owner.
Nice.
So that was a good feature. But as we go down the creek, it wasn't just Harry Shor's. All these small houses you see now, and all these little, they had clubhouses here where they met here, got on the boats, took the boats, hooked up with the sneak box. Now when I talk about sneak box, the Barney Gap Bay sneak box, we're talking about a coffin that a lot of guys used to hunt out of. Racked the decoys on the back. They had rack boards on the back. Put all their decoys on the back and towed them to the bay to go duck hunting. But I can pass some of these photos around and take a look at it. But as we get out there, I made up a little map. It's basically if we're here in Tuckerton Creek, talks about it here, Tuckerton Creek that flowed out all the way up to Barnegat Light, but the inner bays were full of gunning clubs. And this photograph, as I pass it around, will show you a lot of the different gunning clubs, all on the islands. We have record that even guys like Babe Ruth came here to duck hunt. And you all know that name as a ball player. A lot of the influential baseball players, Major League Baseball players, ended up coming down here and hunting. And one of the stories that I just recently found out about was Chris Bragg. Chris Bragg was from Beach Haven, decoy carver. He carved with two other carvers, Raleigh Horner, which is a relative of the Horner side, and his uncle, which was Ellis Parker, which is a big name